to the NOIC Godcast. Thank you for joining us. The last few weeks we've been talking about being thankful in all things, even when they're things that we normally aren't thankful for them. We talked about how being unthankful is just as bad as blaspheming. But today, with Thanksgiving right around the corner,
lots of family time.
Lots of family time as we gather with the ones that we love so dear. I want to talk about how we can deal with unthankful people. Now, I don't know if any of you have those family members. You know, the ones that, the negative Nancys, the party poopers, so to say. But they really have a way of bringing the mood down and making everyone else look at all the bad things going on and making everything just not so great of a time. So you have listened to the last few podcasts. I hope that you guys have. If you haven't, go back. And you've prayed and you've read your Bible, and now you're really trying to be thankful in all things because you're trying to be a good Christian. But then you have to face that family member that obviously has not heard the phrase, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all. So how do we, as Christians that are striving to be thankful in all things, combat these family members, especially when we're all crammed into one house for several hours? That's what we want to talk about today. First of all, you need to be prepared. And I know this is going to sound really silly, but I've seen some of y'all's families. To compare your family Thanksgiving's meal to a battle. But here we are. But a soldier does not go into war without armor and weapons. So before you even get ready, when you're throwing on your fat pants and your sweatshirt, well, some families get dressed up.
Oops.
Jeans. What is that?
They make stretchy jeans now.
But before you do any of that, stop and pray. Pray that God will be with you throughout this day and that he will show you how to be thankful in whatever may happen that day. And that he will guide you with the right things to say. We can't do any of this without God. Our flesh wants to find the negative in everything in our lives. If you ever sit by yourself, you're never just sitting there like, man, it's just, without God in the picture, you're just like, my life is the best. You don't think about those things when you don't have God on your mind. Usually when you're more self-centered, you're like, very much so like, well, this could be better, and this could be better, and this, I could have this fancy car.
Everything to complain about.
Exactly. So just ask him to make you content in everything that you have and are going to be dealing with. Second, be alert. I know that when we get around family, we get comfortable. And sometimes that will make us let our guard down. Well, maybe just a little complaining won't hurt. Your family, you're with the people that you love. And it's not an issue to be comfortable with your family. But be careful of what you're allowing yourself to do. Because just because it's accepted in your family or that no one's going to bat an eye about it doesn't mean it's right. It doesn't mean it's not sin. So you're going to have to stay alert because you may start being unthankful and not even realize it.
And well, too, though, when you're the positive person in the room, maybe when all your family's not, you're going to stick out.
Oh, yeah.
And chances are they might not ever let you know or show it, but you're going to convict them too.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if they're saved. They're going to be like, why isn't she participating in this? Like, she's the party pooper. When really, if they dig down, they can see, oh, that was me. I see.
Tis I that
so
is the party
living
pooper.
Your life pleasing to God is going to shine and be a testimony to others.
Yes, and it can go either way. It could be that family just maybe you won't get invited next year.
I mean, is that really a problem?
Is that a problem? There's plenty of other places to go. You can go to the Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, lots of restaurants are open now.
Third, I just remember, because if somebody is complaining in front of you, does not mean that you have to join.
Right.
I think that, especially kids, because we're talking about everybody, kids, adults, or whatever. But I think especially when you're younger, even me, I'm 25, and I still consider myself kind of a kid. To know that you have power. You have a power. I know that it's hard to recognize, but you have the power to walk away. You have the power to change the conversation.
Yeah. But those are the hard things, though, right? It's so much easier to, like, start talking gossip.
Yeah.
Or, you know, slandering someone, or even if it's not affecting someone else, just simply being negative and like, meh. Like, that's a lot easier.
Yeah. Well, if you've ever noticed, have you ever noticed the, and I don't know if you guys, I mean, I have a mixed bag. I have, like, saved family and friends that we spend Thanksgiving with, or like, we call it our Framsgiving. But I also have a lot of lost family as well. So if you go to a Thanksgiving or even any family event, who always has a bunch of people around them? The person that's gossiping. The person that has everything bad to say about everybody, which makes no sense, because why would you want to be around that?
Right? Because when you're not there, guess who they're talking about?
Exactly. So the negativity is always going to pull in. But you, me, we have the power to not be a part of it.
Yep.
Whether that be change the conversation, and, you know, the change in the conversation is a little harder, I think, of stance, just because you can't just randomly change. It's not like someone's talking about, you know, my cat is just being like this and this. Well, you know, there's a sale at Walmart. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
only because I wasn't paying attention to the previous conversation.
No, listen, at their family, at their, like, the your mom's side of the family, that it really just be like that.
Yeah, no, and no one would blink an eye.
No,
like, yeah, you know, that is a good saying.
You have Mama Dottie. Most of you probably Papelbo and Mama Dottie. They have. She'll be like, huh? What'd you say? And there's like 5 different conversations. She's trying to be a part of all of them.
This is true. But, like, we're loud enough you can hear all of them at once.
Yeah.
So, without hearing any of them, really. But it's easier to fit in, to go with the conversation, than to walk away. And again, that power can come from him, not from you.
Yes. Well, and that's what I'm saying is sometimes we don't want to walk away.
Right.
Even because I've noticed, even in my life, and this is something that I'm personally trying to, like, combat in my own life, is even being there can cause an issue. So I might not be joining in on the conversation.
Be the quiet one.
I'm just sitting there, quiet. But the things that they're saying are still affecting me. Garbage in, garbage out. Right.
It's still, is that putting a negative stance on someone in your life?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
or someone you don't even know.
Yeah, their opinion that they're spreading, it's making you think that of someone, even though you don't know that person, or the stuff that they're telling you might not be true. Like, it's not fair to let that alter how you feel about someone.
Yes.
And so even not partaking in it is a dangerous thing. So
that's why I'm saying, like, that's why I have the power to walk away.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to sit there. You don't have to listen to it, because regardless, and I know that just like we were just saying, regardless, it's going to affect you in some way or somehow. So either it's going to, or it's like the whole gossip thing. You want to know. You're just like, I'm just going to sit here. I'm not going to say nothing. Right. But, like, I'm just going to sit here. That way I'm in the know.
Right.
Like, I know what's going on, so I don't get, or was it blindsided?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you don't really need to know any of that information. It's all gossip.
The role that I'm trying to teach Kason, which, if anyone knows Kason, it's a very nosy child.
He wants to know everything.
Everything of everyone. Like, go around to everyone. What were you talking about? What were you talking about? What were you talking about? Who said that? But if you need to know, you'll be told.
Yes.
And so that's kind of something that God's been working on me with. Instead of, like, every little thing that happens, like, well, how did that turn out? Well, what happened with this? What? Like, no matter what it is, even if it's good or bad or whatever, if I'm meant to be told, someone will tell me.
Yes.
I don't need to go seeking that information. Yes. And so I'm kind of trying to teach Case in that, and kind of in the goofy things, not necessarily like a life application, but it'll follow him through his life. But you'll be told if you need to know. And and that goes the same way. If someone tells you something in confidence, like, if you tell me something and you say, you don't even say, don't tell anyone.
Yeah.
But someone asks me, like, wait, what did Jamie say? It's not mine to tell.
No.
If that person needs to know, you'll tell that person.
Exactly.
So it kind of goes both ways.
Exactly. Yeah. And so that's the thing. That's what I want you to get from this, being, like, the prepared, being, alert of what you could be, like, how you can be, your guard could be, like, down. But also, like, you have the power that if you get into that situation, you're able to walk away from it or change the subject or however. You have power of how, like, through God, you have the power to do things that are righteous. And the things that are going to lead you down a better path.
Right. So that kind of leads you to a checklist. Like, if you're thinking, like, well, how do I know if I should be a part of this conversation? Like, how do I know if it's really damaging? Well, Philippians gives us a nice list of what things we should be thinking on.
Yes.
So, what chapter that is?
She did one of them. There's only
there's 4 chapters.
Yeah, there's only 4.
I'm horrible with being able to pick out things, like, specifically, but I want to say chapter 3.
No,
No, I think it's chapter 4. I don't know. Go read all of Philippians. You'll find it. But it's a list of
you tell us in the comments below.
That's your challenge today. It tells you a list of things. Whatsoever things. Pure.
Yes.
Holy. I'm not good with on the spot things. But you know what I'm talking about. Whatsoever things.
Yes.
You think on those things. So if the conversation isn't about that list.
Mm-hmm. If that conversation's gonna... If that conversation is going to rub you the wrong way, or make you irritated, or make you think about either somebody or a certain situation in a negative light, it's probably not a conversation that you're supposed to be a part of, or be joining in on, or even just eavesdropping from over the couch while everyone else is sitting at the table. Because honestly, that's what people mostly do. Not everyone's going to fit at the table. But overall, you can just put these things into practice all year long.
Oh, yeah.
Regardless. I mean, Thanksgiving is a pretty easy one to say because we are all crammed together for...
But work, school. There's a lot of situations that this is very applicable to fall into.
Yes.
And like, I'm guilty of this. God's been working on this with me for the last few years, and I'm slowly getting there. I'm slowly listening and learning. But it's so much more fulfilling walking away from things. And I'm seeing it in other people's lives. People that I would try to stay away from because they were negative Nancy's. Yes. They are now, God has worked in them too. Yes. And so then now we can all be together because we've all been changed through him.
And it's not negative Nancy time.
Yeah. It's very time.
But I just want to leave you guys with a verse to think about this week and in future situations where you have to choose between being thankful or not. And whatsoever ye do in word or deed, do all in the name of the Lord Jesus, giving thanks to God and the Father by him. That's Colossians 3:17. Whatever you do in word or deed. So that means not only in the things that you're doing for people, but also the words that you say. Like, you're supposed to be, there's not supposed to be a part of you, and obviously we're human, and we have to have God come through us every single day. Right. But the strive, the goal is to not be worried about what I want, what I can get from this conversation, from this thing. Our goal is to be thankful and do the things through, let him do things through us. So it's not supposed to be about us regardless.
Right.
But yeah, so this week's Charge Up Challenge. You ready for this one? To prepare yourself for the week ahead, you already know a few family members in your head.
Yeah, as we were talking, you were thinking of specific people.
Yeah, you were like, ooh, that's that person. But maybe you're the person. If you can't think of anybody, you're the person. But you have those people in your head, you know, oh man, they're just gonna complain the entire time. Or, ooh, they're gonna have good gossip. Yep. You know what I mean? It's the thing. Think about those people. And I really wanted to come up with something better and creative for this, but in my head, it was just like, it needed to be plain and simple, because if it's not plain and simple, it's not going to get done. Yep. Write those names down. Put them somewhere you're going to see them, wherever that is. Maybe you need to put a reminder on your phone, and it pops up every, at 12 p.m. on a Sunday when your phone rings randomly. That happened today.
I don't know what she's talking about.
You know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Write their name down, and every time you see their name, or on your reminder, on your note, pray for them.
Yep.
Pray that, kind of a twofold prayer. Pray, one, that they will be able to see that they don't have to be that way. Be the light. And then two, that you will not be that way. Just because someone else is allowing you, giving you access to do that, does not mean that it's right. And so just pray for them. Because I've noticed something in my life. People might not know this, but I get irritated by people.
What?
I know.
That is shocking.
They actually might not know that.
Yeah,
they might not know that. But we have been friends for a really long time, so she knows
really
that.
Long time.
Really time. Like, I don't have a watch on, but like 100 years now.
Watch doesn't tell like years.
It might say the date.
Yeah, but like, are you gonna know exactly when we became friends? Because
yes.
We don't.
Oh.
We always say like before 2007.
Yeah, we're always like somewhere happened. I lost my train of thought.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, people irritate you.
Oh yeah. People irritate you, but when I've noticed in my life, and this is something I'm trying to do, I've noticed that if you sincerely pray for somebody, not in a, Lord, get him.
Fix him.
Yeah. Get him. But when you're really truly praying for someone, for them to see something in that, for even for you, if you're wrong in the situation, to change, you become less irritated and you become more loving.
You kind of start understanding them.
Yeah.
For me, when you pray for people that you don't like as much as other people.
Yeah. Well, like my thing is I was just talking to my mom this week, and I'm like, I noticed that when I pray to people and they do something wrong, it's less of a, ugh, why can't they just be better? It's more of a, man, I wish they could have done better.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's not a, I'm mad at you, I'm going to throw hands.
Yeah.
Because these hands are rated E for everyone. You're more of, I really hope they do better next time.
Yeah.
You're striving for them to be better,
right,
less than just being irritated by what they've done. So that's my charge up challenge for this week, is to think about those people and love them and pray for them, that they won't, that they'll see that they don't have to be unthankful. Because I feel like a lot of us can like do the unthankful thing to be like fit in,
right?
Be the in crowd. Because if you're not complaining about something, then who are you going to talk to? You know what I mean?
Like talk about
exactly.
Sales are half over by then.
exactly. But yeah. So this week's considerable quote. It doesn't have a person.
It doesn't. Shocker.
She thought it had a person, but it didn't.
No.
When gratitude becomes your default setting, your life changes. Yeah. And I think that's really true. Mm-hmm. And honestly, everything becomes a better light. You're not like, ugh, I gotta do this and I have to do this. When you're when you're grateful for things, you're like, oh, great, I get to do this. Yeah. You know what I mean? Today's feature content is A Thank You For It All by Marvin Sapp. But yeah, I think that's, we have a special treat for you guys. I believe it's on December 5th. We don't have a time yet, I don't believe.
Yeah, I haven't heard a time.
We don't have a time yet, but we'll give you that information when it comes out. But we're going to be doing a actual live stream, like real life, like not just us.
Like it'll be this in real time.
It'll be in real time, like
so. Be prepared for that.
There's no editing on that. Not that there's any editing on this either. So
they see the good, the bad, and the ugly over here.
But yeah, December 5th. We're not sure about time. It's going to be announced, I'm assuming, maybe next week or the week after.
That's a Sunday?
Yes. Yep.
Sunday.
So yeah, we're going to have a live stream. I think it's just going to be a kind of a year-end Christmas camp debrief situation. Yeah. I think it's just gonna
just everything.
It's gonna be a whole kit and caboodle and smorgasbord.
So come on, and we'd love to talk with you guys and just to hear from you guys. We miss you guys.
Yeah, we're really hoping that we'll be able to get to do some. I think we have some stuff maybe planned for like springtime, but we really miss you guys, and we're here for you. So we just want you guys to know that you guys are important, and yeah, God loves you. So thank you guys for joining this hot mess.
Once again.
Thank you for all of you and your love.
Thanks for hanging in there with us, guys.
Because we don't even want to hang in with ourselves. But thank you guys, and we will see you next week. All right. Bye.